Bryant, and I'm doing a scene from The Elephant Man. These are my actors, Lizardi and Gian, Perez. This piece is asterisk for sexual content, religion, frank talk of death, and prejudice and intolerance. So if this makes you feel uncomfortable, please take the time to leave now. And, we proudly represent Troupe 7-4.
Frederick, do you believe in heaven? Hell? I believe in heaven. The Bible promises that in heaven, the crooked shall be made straight.
So did the rack, my boy. So do we all.
So you do not believe?
I will settle for a reliable general anesthetic at this point. Actually, though, I had a patient once, a woman who I operated on for a woman's thing. She didn't come out of it. No pulse. 5 minutes later, she fretted back to existence like an explorer with the great scoop of the undiscovered.
She saw heaven?
Well, I quote her. It was neither heavenly nor hellish, but more so preambulating in a London fog. Hell's probably the provinces, but allowed is how she had stayed, and she started to see hints of kind of a bliss. She fled.
If you do not believe, why did you send Mrs. Kendall away?
Do not forget, it saved you once. My interference. You know well enough it was not proper.
How can you tell if you do not believe?
There are still standards that we abide by.
Yes, they make us happy because they are for our own good.
Well, not always.
Oh.
Look, if you are angry, just say so.
Whose standards are they?
I am not in the mood for
That do not
chipping away at
always
the
make
edges,
us happy
John.
because they are not always for our own good.
Everyone's. Mine. Everyone's.
That woman, that Juliet's,
Juliet?
who died and came back.
Ah, yes, I see her standards too.
So,
So what?
did you see her? Naked?
Well, when I was operating, of course.
Oh.
Oh, what?
It is okay to see them naked if you cut them up afterwards.
Good Lord, I am a surgeon. That is science.
She died, Miss Kendall didn't.
Yes, but she came
And
back.
Miss Kendall didn't. If you mean that.
I am trying to read about anesthetics. There is simply no comparison.
Oh.
Science is a different thing. This woman, this Juliet, she had come to me to be. It was not love, you know?
Is that why you're looking for an anesthetic?
It would be a boon to surgery.
Because you do not love them.
Love has nothing to do with surgery.
Do you lose many patients?
Some.
Oh.
Oh, what? What does it matter? Don't you see, if I love, if any surgeon loves his or her patient, what does it matter? And what conceivable difference to you?
Because it is your standards that we abide by.
For God's sakes, if you are angry, just say so. I will not send you out. Just go on and say it. I am angry. I am angry. I
believe.
John, no. John, no.
I believe in heaven.
Okay, you address them. If you cut them up afterwards, make me sound like Jack the Ripper.
No, you worry about anesthetics.
Are you having me on?
You are merciful. I myself am proof, is it not so? Well, is it not so?
Look, about Mrs. Kendall. Perhaps I was wrong. I don't know what has gotten into me these days. Taking on too much, perhaps. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Will she come back? Mrs. Kendall, will she come back?
I will speak to her.
But will she?
No, I don't think so. There are other things involved now. Other things.
Yes. Well, I want to walk now and think other things. Why? Why won't she?
Because I don't want her to be here when you die. Thank you.
So aside from the obvious working on the physicality for merit, what was the most challenging aspect of this scene?
Well, for me personally, just stepping up to the plate and taking the role of director instead of acting in it because I'm not used to doing that. Kind of proving that I was, not their peer and I was in charge. That was, and sharing my ideas because I was, in the beginning, I was really self-conscious about having ideas and sharing them, which is kind of the whole point of this. So getting over that, that was the hardest thing for me.
And how was she to work with?
She's real smart.
Yeah, she was a genius.
Can you be more
The way that she related other parts of the show to this specific scene, I felt was really smart. For example, one of his lines, "You are merciful, I am myself, and proof is not so." I say that. The character Troupe says that a couple scenes before this in the show, so she told me that, and I thought that was really smart to notice that.
Yeah, she had us read the play several times, which really helped with putting the scene into context and also being able to take it out of context for the purposes of this event. And I really appreciated her direction.
What is it about this scene in the context of the play that spoke to you that made you want to work on this particular scene?
Well, it's really interesting to me how throughout the whole play, Merrick is sort of viewed as really gentle, and this is kind of the first time he's ever standing up for himself and trying to prove that he's become a man, the whole time he's trying to become more like a man in society, and that he's capable of functioning in, previously to this scene, he sorts of has thoughts like a regular man sexually, and curious about women's bodies, and which is what led up to this whole confrontation. And I thought that the fact that he is still trying to be more like other men, that's what really spoke to me, even though he can never really be because of the physical deformities that are holding him back.
I noticed that you use a couple of other sources of research and preparation for the piece. What, aside from the book, would you say was most valuable to you in researching and preparing?
Well, I thought that since this was an actual person that was alive years ago, I thought it was really important that I knew who he was. So I watched a couple different documentaries about the real John Merrick, whose name is actually Joseph Merrick, and he lived in the 1800s, and he did have a relationship with trees. So watching a specific documentary about what it was like for him to speak, that one really stood out because I didn't realize the constant pain that he went through all the time, and even talking for him was unbearable. So that was probably the best one.
To me, in this scene, there's a third character that's not in the room, and that's Mrs. Kendall.
Yes.
So talk to me about Mrs. Kendall's function in this scene and how she acts on these two gentlemen and how they act or react to her.
Well, she's actually my favorite character in the entire play. So I think her presence is more of him him fighting for her. He still wants her to come back because I think they have sort of like a platonic lover relationship. You know, they're not quite lovers, but they're not quite just friends. There's something between them, and I think that her presence is there. Sort of, I mean, I kind of pictured it of her standing here, but not really. Just kind of her presence there, saying something like, you know, fight for me. You know, wanting that relationship still with him. But I actually researched her, the actual Madge Kendall, and she was married. So and it's written in the play as Mrs. Kendall. So I thought probably the fact that she has a husband is also keeping her from continuing a relationship with him. So sort of just her wanting and him